Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into the massive global power struggle over artificial intelligence. And look, this is way bigger than just the next hot app. We're talking about economic dominance, military superiority, and really the future of how the world works. So let's just jump right in with the big question. Is AI the new nuclear bomb? Now, it might sound like hype, I get it, but it's a question being taken dead seriously at the highest levels of national security. Some of the very people who built this technology are now drawing a straight line to the dawn of the nuclear age, a time when a single breakthrough completely redrew the map of global power. The stakes, well, they're truly that high.
So this competition for who's going to be on top in AI has created a whole new geopolitical chessboard. And on that board, there are three major players, and you better believe each one has a radically different playbook for how to win.
Okay, so this slide really breaks it all down, right? In one corner, you've got America's innovation-first approach. They're basically letting the private sector run wild. And yeah, that means explosive growth from the tech giants, but it also opens up some tricky questions about who's really in charge. Then, smack in the middle, you have Europe building this fortress of regulation, their rights-first model. They're all about protecting citizens, even if it means they move a little slower. And then there's China. Their state-first strategy uses AI as a powerful tool for centralized control, all focused on social stability and national power. Three totally different worldviews, all clashing over the same technology.
All right, so let's zoom in on America's game plan. How exactly does the U.S. plan to stay on top of this race? Well, they've laid it all out, and it boils down to one word: speed. The core belief is that the winner is simply going to be the one who can innovate the fastest.
The entire U.S. strategy is about clearing the runway so its private sector can just take off. That means bringing critical semiconductor manufacturing back home, so they're not depending on anybody else. It means aggressively getting the latest AI into the hands of the Department of Defense to keep that military edge. And this is huge. It means slashing the red tape and controlling who gets their hands on the key tech. It's all about creating a protected, high-speed lane for American innovation. And this quote from the U.S. Action Plan, it just says it all. AI is far too important to smother in bureaucracy at this early stage. The philosophy here is crystal clear. To win this race, you can't be tied down by rules. The fear isn't just about falling behind. It's that getting tangled in your own red tape could be the very thing that makes you lose.
But this isn't just some friendly economic competition. The technology itself carries these unprecedented, maybe even existential risks that security experts are taking very, very seriously.
And this brings us to this kind of chilling new idea, MAME, or Mutual Assured AI Malfunction. Think of it like the 21st century version of the Cold War's mutual assured destruction. The theory goes like this. If one country gets way too close to a decisive AI advantage, like a true superintelligence, its rivals aren't just going to sit back and watch. No way. They'll have a massive incentive to sabotage that project. And that could create this incredibly fragile, tense situation where nobody dares to get too far ahead for fear of being digitally taken out.
But hey, the danger isn't just coming from the superpowers. AI could also be a massive force multiplier for rogue actors and terrorists, basically putting the kind of power that used to belong to nations into the hands of small, dangerous groups.
I mean, just think about this for a second. AI could help someone design new bioweapons that our bodies have no defense against. It could automate gigantic cyber attacks on things we all rely on, like power grids and hospitals. And it can find holes in our defenses way faster than we can patch them. We're talking about tools that once required the resources of an entire country, soon being available to almost anyone.
So, why? What's the engine driving this whole crazy high-stakes race? What's the fuel for this new arms race? Well, it really all boils down to one incredibly simple but powerful correlation.
Remember that 95% plus number? That's what this chart is all about. More computing power, or compute, directly translates to more powerful AI. The relationship is just stunningly clear. And that simple fact makes the advanced AI chips that provide all this power the single most important strategic resource of the 21st century. They are the new uranium.
But here's the thing. This race is about so much more than just chips and code. When you look at the global debate over how to manage AI, you find a fundamental conflict of values, a real clash over how this technology should even fit into our societies.
This quote really gets to the heart of it. The idea that we as humans must always be in control of AI, well, that isn't some universal truth. It's actually a very Western philosophical idea, one that comes from a worldview that puts humanity at the absolute center of everything. And this contrast is so crucial for understanding the global divide. On one side, you've got the Western view, which often sees humans at the top of the pyramid, using technology to control nature. That's why you see so much focus on oversight and kill switches. But that's not the only way to see things. Many other cultures see humans as just one part of a bigger ecosystem. From that perspective, the goal isn't control, it's harmony. And that leads to a totally different idea about our relationship with a powerful new technology like AI.
So where is all of this heading? All this competition, all these different philosophies? Well, it seems to be leading to a world that's, well, splintering. It's becoming more and more digitally divided as each power tries to lock down its own technological future.
The driving force here is this idea called digital sovereignty. Basically, every nation wants to be the master of its own digital house. They're driven by the fear of being cut off from critical tech, like those AI chips, or having their citizens' data used by a foreign power. At the end of the day, it's about digital self-sufficiency.
And you can see it happening right here on this timeline. The dream of a single global internet is kind of fading. In its place, we're seeing these separate digital ecosystems pop up. An American sphere, a European one, and a Chinese one, and each is playing by its own set of rules with its own tech.
Ultimately, as these digital walls keep getting higher, we're left with this one fundamental question. Will AI be our greatest connector or our deepest divide? This technology has the potential to solve some of humanity's biggest, oldest problems. But the race to control it could end up fracturing our world more deeply than ever before. The future this tech is shaping, well, it's still being written. And the answer to that question really depends on the choices we all make starting right now.